Hey guys, Nolar here, back on the 5-9 mobile channel, and today we're going to be looking at Arknights in preparation for the second year anniversary. I can't believe it's been 2 years since this game came out on global. So, yeah, but I'm joined with Gail. Gail, why don't you say hello to the beautiful people?
Hello, everybody. Looking forward to this one. I can't believe it's been 2 years. It only feels like it released last year. So I'm very excited to see what they have on offer.
Alrighty, so we're going to go over a couple things. We're going to go look through the basically the live stream notes of what they're going to do for the anniversary. The bottom bar, right? The very bottom bar is whatever Genshin did their first year. After that, you're looking up. So hopefully this Arknights will at least exceed that significantly. But yeah, we'll go over the notes and then look at my account. I probably been on and off for every 2-3 months. I come back for a little bit, quit, come back for a bit, whatever. I mean, I was heavily playing Arknights for the first year of the game. But then I just kind of fell off. There's a few things I'll talk about, but we'll look at my account and see, because I'll be, playing during the anniversary and showcasing some new units and stuff like that for you guys here at 5-9 Mobile. So let's go ahead and go through the patch notes. I call them patch notes, but really live stream notes. So this is thanks to Game Press. So they just talked about the most assigned characters here. Mia, she's the, obviously your protagonist character. Again, I haven't been playing for a while, so I'm not really sure who she is. Dude, I can't remember them.
Yeah, even I would say number one is that an alternate Scotty or something?
That might be the
that's
new.
What even I was thinking.
Yeah, it might be a new Scotty or an alternate Scotty. Yeah, so there's that. Exercise. Most E2 operators. So number one is Silver Ash because he's a broken unit. Exercise, obviously that. Ayafayaya. I think that's Saria. I want to say that's Saria. Siege, she's my waifu here. Myrtle. Yeah, there's a few of these I still have.
Same. Yep.
And then of course they just kind of went through the their most purchased skins. So this is Chen's New Year's dress, if I remember. I bought that. Lapland. I don't know which uniform that is, but yeah, okay, understood why they went through this. And then of course the most deployed operators. So that's Saria, that's Ayafayaya. She's a great AoE damage dealer. Don't remember who that is, number one there, but
neither do I. Yep.
But yeah, so again, I've been on and off for a while. So completion percentages, so people reaching contingency contract number. Okay, so this contingency contracts is basically an interesting game mode because, I mean, Arknights is a tower defense game, right? So you gotcha these units and then you use them in very strategic fashions on how to play game, because they'll have units that do dot damage that are single target damage, doesn't do anything, so you have to use AoE, all that kind of stuff. And then of course it's timing and placements and skills. So I mean, if you are a very patient player, this is one of those games that you definitely do. Contingency contract, what that is you'll gain rewards when you this is your farming mode, right? But the rewarding part about it is you can scale the difficulty up. So normally you'll take, let's say, 8 operators, so 8 characters in. But let's say a difficulty, one of the restrictions you can impose on yourself is I'm only going to take 5. Or I can only take a certain type of characters, 2 types of characters, or 3 types, right? Or banning some stuff. So if you are, looking for something challenging and rewarding in that regard, and have the patience, because it is patience, this is one of those games. That's what Contingency Contract is. During Undertide's event, of course, I wasn't playing this. This is probably one of their big events, and they said they killed this many crawlers, reapers, and first 2 talks. So lots of farming, it looks like. So people enjoyed that event. And Contingency Contract number 5. You can tell it gets harder and harder because you need to in this game there's really not that much power creep, because the day 1 6-star units are still really good because it's all about strategy. That's the beauty of it, is they're good for what they do, but they can't be used in everything. They're not your one-stop shop. Unless your name is Silver Ash, then you can just destroy everything. There is that.
The one thing I'll also add there as well is that there's a lot of guides online that use the lower stars as well for a lot of these. Obviously, for contingency contracts and harder difficulties, it's a bit less likely that you can use them. But if you go onto YouTube or anywhere, you've got a lot of guides, like people actually like showing how, even the free units that you just get from just farming and stuff can, or even your gacha side of things can easily carry you through a lot of the content for sure.
Yeah, and dupes in this game is like, it's nice to have, but it's not a must-have. If that makes any
Yeah.
sense. I mean, yes, it'll give you a little more power creep to finish stuff faster, but essentially you just need to pull the unit and then just play with it, because there's many ways to dupe them up if you want to. So we'll get into that when we look into my account, which, I mean, back then it was a big whale account. Now it might just be decent. I don't know. I really have no idea what it looks like. So here we go. So special appreciation gift. We're getting a bunch of all of this stuff. So if you live stream
That's
was like,
already more than Genshin gave.
yeah, so already they cleared the bar of bare minimum, guys. They cleared the bar of bare minimum. So yeah, so there's special, this is the special appreciation gift. So for welcoming returning players like myself, new players, all that kind of stuff, this is what everyone's getting. And then of course, English voiceovers are coming. So in the game, primarily Japanese voice actors, which most people don't have an issue with, but now we have an option for English voiceovers, which is kind of interesting. So
Yep.
we'll see what kind of quality voice actors they have acquired to do it, and we've got that. And then finally, an announcement that Arknights anime is going to follow the game. So the plot of the game is kind of pretty cool from what I remember. I'm stuck on chapter 7 right now. It's been a long time, so I probably have to watch some kind of YouTube guide to re-immerse myself in the world, but it's a very dark, bleak world, and I thoroughly kind of enjoy that aesthetic. But yeah, the anime is going to follow the plot of the game, which is similar to Girls Frontline, which is their anime is following the plot of the game. But that's different compared to Azure Lane, which doesn't even follow anything about the game. So the anime there. So yeah, Gail, any thoughts on it as the anime expert? Like, are you looking forward to the Arknights anime debuting?
I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of gacha games have started doing this. Like you mentioned, Girls Frontline, Azure Lane, FGo's done it as well. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I mean, it's Your Stars Pictures, I think, being the studio behind it. It's the same as what they did with Azure Lane. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see. Hopefully, it's not as much of a shambles as Azure Lane was. I mean, they have a core story here. As long as the production schedule goes well, I have nothing to worry about. But obviously, we still have a long way to go. We don't even have a release date yet. It could be this year. It could be 23. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see until we get more announcements. I think they made an announcement for Ace, the character of Ace. I don't remember who the voice actor was, but yeah, they've made an announcement for at least one character. We'll obviously get more as we go along, and more news as we go along. I'm very much looking forward to it. We'll probably cover it on 5-9 Entertainment as well when it does come out. So yeah, be on the lookout for it.
Cool. All right, so let's transition over to my account itself. Here we go. So this is my account. Of course, I have Siege, the waifu up in front. It's been a while, so let's just kind of go through the interface and show you guys. Now, to me, for a gacha game, this is the nicest interface I've ever had the pleasure to play with. Because here, like, this is stuff you could do with your sanity, right? So I'll go through it all one by one. So here's the terminal showing you the stuff you can do. So obviously, there's this thing called what is this again? I get the Arundum. Annihilation, right? And so this is the where you would farm your this. Okay, so this is a Chinese game, guys. So that means there's currencies converted to currencies converted to currencies. So Arundum is the stuff that you need to summon, right? If I remember, or is it? I don't remember. Hold on, let's see.
I think it's the yellow currency, but I don't remember the name of the yellow currency. You change the Arundum into that yellow currency. If I could,
right? Okay. No. So this is the premium currency that you buy, right? And then you got to
the originum.
Originum is what you literally purchase, and then you convert that to when you go to Headhunt, right? To the Arundum. Yeah, the Arundum is the pull currency. So of course I have enough for one.
Makes it go up.
I am going to save. Yeah, I'm gonna save.
Let's look at the headhunt maybe okay, never mind. I was like, let's look at the headhunt since we're already there, because that's one of the concepts not commonly used in gachas, I don't think. So I think it's a cool thing we can talk about a bit, right? Is where you can like assign or no, go left. Go
Oh,
left.
the recruitment. Oh
recruit.
yeah.
Sorry, not recruit, not head on. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. But the recruit thing is a very cool concept that not a lot of gachas do, where you can actually get some of the summonable units as long as you can just like assign which type of unit you want. You get a bit lucky, obviously. I don't think in my time I ever got like a 5-star or a 6-star from it. I've been very, very unlucky with the recruit system.
Right.
Have you ever managed to get one?
I think one. But then again, I had a ton of refreshes and like automatic completion. So here, I'll show you guys how it goes. So recruitment is literally, if you wait for an hour, you'll get and you can pick your type of, up to 3, right? Tags. And then you'll use a recruitment currency, and then like just what is it called again? LMD, which is like your gold, right?
Gold,
But the longer you wait, the higher possibility you'll get a better rarity, and of course the longest one is 9 hours. So at 9 hours, you're guaranteed a minimum of a 3-star, right? And of course, like if you're looking for a specific unit, you need to make sure you have the tag, put 9 hours, and just pray the RNG guards to get lucky, right? So here, I don't
Pretty
like
much.
these tags, so I'm gonna refresh it, and you can see up here. So I'm back to 9 hours, and then medic, vanguard, DP recovery, DPS survival, and then up here it's like, oh, I get to do 3 refreshes, and it takes 12 hours to get 1 refresh. So if you get an unlucky tags that you don't want, you can just refresh it, get something else. So here, I mean, I don't really care. I just use it to do it. So I'm literally me, the whale that I am. Well, maybe I should actually look for specific ones, but for this purposes, I'm not going to care too much. I don't want starters.
There is also an opportunity. I was just gonna add. There's also an opportunity for you to select one of those tags to be a top operator, which gives you a chance to get a 6-star, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It's 5 and 6 guaranteed. A minimum 5, and then a chance for a 6.
So it's very, very rare, I must admit. Like I said, I've never seen that top operator tag ever in my life. But yeah, it's a thing. So it's kind of a cool concept. It means you can possibly get it without even spending premium currency, and getting you can get a 6-star, even though it's like extremely rare.
Right. Yeah. It's just rare, luck of the draw. And again, you don't need to pull. You just have to hope the RNG gods are good to you. Now here's the other thing that is similar to like Honkai and Azure Lane and all those other games. This is the base building. Now the purpose of the base building is it gives you a lot of it can give you currency, but it gives you a lot of materials to upgrade your units, right? So we'll talk about the base real quick. The trading posts is literally ways for you to get what do I have here? I don't even know what I have here.
Is this the
accelerated?
I'm trying to think. Is this where you get the gold bars to change for the LMD, maybe?
Yeah, the gold bars. So, okay, so here, the factory produces a bunch of things. So the factory can produce gold bars. It can produce training materials. These are the things you need to upgrade your units from E1 to E2. I guess there's an E3 now. So these are other things you could do. Or originum materials, where you produce originum that gets converted to a rundum, right? Which is to pull. So yeah, you just have to assign your unit, your gacha units, to work in the factories, to work in the trading posts, to produce materials for you, right? And of course, this is the cool part where the customization comes into play. You have portions of the base you can customize, right? You can decorate it whatever way you want. The game naturally has all the events in the story mode. You can get stuff to farm, furniture, and stuff like that. So let your creative personality shine through. I think, what do I have here? It's like a restaurant. Yeah, like I have a restaurant here. Something like that. And then of course we got this. And every time, of course, in the fashion store, they sell you, a full sets or single pieces that you could put together, stuff like that. So, this is the fun part here of what the base building looks like. And then of course there's other stuff here. Training room to upgrade your material, upgrade your units, all that kind of stuff. So lots of things to do here when it comes to that. But let's look at the operators. And this is what I'm saying. Like, there's a ton of stuff here. Lots and
There's
lots
a
to
lot
do.
of them. There's a lot of them. Yeah.
But that's the beauty of the game, is that if you're really
Mhm.
heavily into tower defense or this style of game, team building, right? It's like, oh, okay, I need a couple tanks, I need a couple healers, I need to put the healers in a specific way for them to, not get hit or whatever the case may be, so you gotta let's take like a level 1 Matu Maru. Okay. So I've used her a few times, and so you can upgrade their skills, their potential. This is where the dupes are, and again, the dupes aren't like that big of a deal. Like DP cost -1, that means how, let's say she costs 10 energy before you can put her on the board. Well, now it's going to cost you 9. It's not that big of a deal, you know what I mean? Redeployment time -4, that's okay. HP 180, that maybe is a couple more hits. So overall, like, dupes are nice, but they're not the end all be all, like Dokkan, like Legends, where the power just dramatically shoots up. And of course, you physically level them up. So she's level 1 right now. Let's throw a few mats at her to be level 14. And yeah, this tells you like she has a range of 2 or 1 really. So you put her in one spot, she'll attack the enemy in front of her. Some other units, like she has a huge range. She's like a sniper, right? A range AoE slow. So this is what her vision, and you could like direct them in any particular order or way you want them to. So yeah, just because it shows her to the right, but you could put her up to the north, and then further down to the south, or whatever the map looks like. It's kind of interesting. So again, Arknights I've always thoroughly enjoyed. I've always thought it was a great game, but unfortunately, once I got busier with work and real life, and of course now with 5.9, I just couldn't spend the same amount of time like I used to sit there and go through the maps and come up with team comps and stuff like that. And that's how I kind of fell off personally. But yeah, overall, this is Arknights in a nutshell. Let's just do one quick like auto run so you guys can see what the gameplay looks like. And of course, so like I said, this is like pretty awesome the way they set up the UI. So this is your daily resources that change over day to day. These are some events, past events that you can do now. I don't remember what this one is, but this is probably the latest event. And of course, this is the story mode, right? So chapter 1 through 7, I got more to go through. And this again is your annihilation operation, so you could physically put it down, let it farm, and you get 1,700 random a week, bare minimum. If you do all of the annihilation, I think it's what, 6,000 to pull. So it's like you get a free multi every 3 weeks, essentially, right?
Yep.
And then other than that, that's pretty much it. So while I get ready to do just a quick auto battle here, Gail, any other things you want to mention about Arknights?
Not really. No, you covered a lot of what I wanted to say basically as well, because yeah, it's the same thing for me as well, where it was just like, it's a bit intensive at the end of the day, where you have to like, make sure your units are in the right place and everything. And not necessarily do I have the time to do those things, unfortunately. So I kind of fell off as a result of it as well. I think I pretty much jumped onto it the day it came out. I remember a lot of people talking about it, and it is still extremely popular. There's a reason why it's getting an anime and stuff, and it probably is, in my opinion. Azure Lane's great and all, but I'd say this is probably Arknights' like best game, or it's not Arknights, sorry, Yostar's best game,
right?
In my opinion. I think honestly, like, they've done a fantastic job with this game. The UI is brilliant, like you said. The only one that's come close to it was the game that we obviously recently reviewed, Tales of Luminaria, where it was like, that was also like really solid UI. Obviously, it was a bit cluttered, but it was really good UI. This one I think is the best we've ever seen in any gacha game, I would have to say.
Yep, I agree with that.
And overall, the game is fun, man. It challenges you. It's a bit challenging to your brain, of course. But once you know what your units do, once you get an idea, and it's a lot of trial and error, which I think is the best part about it. It's time consuming, but that's, I think, a great thing where you are allowed to make mistakes, and then you can retry, and you know what's going to happen, so you have a better idea on how to place your units and stuff. So I think that is also a great addition. Whereas most gachas more or less are like, oh, I can just do this and they'll automatically clear it for me. This requires a little bit more brain power, which I love. I think that's also a good thing. I always say offhand gachas are great, more so than on-hand gachas, but sometimes games like this take it away, man. It's really phenomenal.
Yeah, so before I dive in, I was going to show something, but want to say here, you get 30 practice plans every day, up to 30, which means you could practice your strategy before you use your energy, your sanity here. And the only downside to the game, which is why I kind of always considered Arknights to be a side gacha, is because the energy takes a long time to build and you burn through it very quickly. That's the only thing I have to say about Arknights. So like here, I've done 6-5 already, and I could hit auto deploy. What is auto deploy? It's basically your your auto repeat, because however you placed your units when you did it to clear this event, it'll remember it and then just do the same thing. So there's always a chance that, RNG kind of screws you over and you might like fail. I think I might fail here. I don't remember. So yeah, like here, I'm not doing anything. I'm letting it go, and I'm just letting it do its thing. And I think my whole strategy here was the guy on the top, I was going to let him sit there and eat all the damage possible by holding Saria right in that corner so he couldn't advance. And every time the guy threw, like, the thing about him is every time he threw his own spear, he would take part of his HP away. So he's stuck where Saria is, and she heals herself quite a bit. So yeah, this is basically the strategy. And the thing about the game is the challenging events are super challenging. So it can take you 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour if you're like trying to do it on your own. But it is a gacha, so there is stuff to farm. So that's what I'm saying is like doing it initially will take you a while, but once you figure it out a strategy, you can obviously put it on farm and you're good to go.
Yeah, the one thing I will also say is, of course, I remember there used to be so many times where my team comps would be so iffy, where sometimes the auto deploy would function normally and then it would just go haywire, so I'd have to take over, which I think is also a cool concept, that it just doesn't automatically fail you. You can take over from the auto whenever you want, and in case something does go wrong, which it used to happen a lot with me, but you can take over when need be, because sometimes your comps may not be very consistent. Sometimes they can fail very easily, so things can change. Obviously, there's a lot of variables. Sometimes you might get overrun because of something going wrong, because of some units doing more damage for some reason, right?
Right.
So yeah, no, it's super nice. It just, no run is ever the same necessarily until and unless perfect. You have it's 100% perfect. There you go, error risk detected. Sometimes things can go slightly wrong.
Yeah, this looks like my teams were no more. This was a scuffed run, maybe. Let's see. Do I get rid of him? Oh, I got it. Okay. All right.
I think there was just a slight difference in the auto deploy, where it just tells you immediately, like, okay, there was something that went wrong here, but you're still fine technically. It doesn't really always have to be like, oh, you're dying basically.
Right. So, yeah, guys, don't want to make this too long. Just want to show you a quick overview of what my account looks like and where I will start the anniversary, play it a little more, and go from there and give you guys an idea of what's going on. Again, I've always thought Arknights is a premier gacha, and I agree with Gale when he says that it's probably Yostar's best gacha, honestly. So, how about anything else you want to say, Gale, before we close it out?
No, I'm very much looking for the anniversary. I might pick up my account as well just to play a little bit, as per usual, like always for any gacha's anniversary.
Right.
No, I absolutely rate Arknights as a gacha, like you mentioned as well, and it's just a shame I just don't have the time for it. Well, I have the time right now, but once I go back to university or go to work or anything, it's just so hard to manage this game, unfortunately, especially with us playing so many different gachas, and then of course all the other work we have at 5-9 and stuff. It doesn't really work out that way, but I'm still very excited to see what the game has to offer in the near future, and I'm glad that people can enjoy a game like this, because it's super rare for a gacha to be so good.
Yep, agreed. So echoing that sentiment. So you guys let me know, have you guys been playing Arknights? Have you tried it? Are you willing to come back? All that kind of stuff. Let us know in the comments below. If you're new here to 5-9 Mobile and want to know more about mobile games, gacha games, news, discussions, all that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you know when we come live with content you want to see. And share with your friends, share with your mama. Greatly appreciate it. And on behalf of myself and Gale, we'll see you on the next one. We're out.
Bye.